Hello, good morning. Welcome to the sports review segment of Breakfast Daily. My name is Nathan Carr. Let me say hi to Kweku and Frema. Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey. Are we good?
Yeah. We are awesome. All right, we're in black and white today.
Yes, we're in black and white. Black and white is a lovely combination.
Absolutely. Now, you missed the memo.
Yes.
I need to bring a little color to the set.
Don't worry, your red matches my shoe.
Yes, I like that. Let's start off with some Ghana Premier League news. Now, after I'll call it distraction of the World Cup qualifiers and everything, we are now back to ground zero. We'll build from that, and so we get back to the Ghana Premier League. Everybody forgot about that. It was still happening. Over the weekend was game week 23 for some, and for others, they are trying to catch up there. You had Asante Kotoko. If you look at the results, they beat King Faisal by a goal to nil in the Kumasi derby. Mo Ibrahim scoring at the Baba Yara Stadium. Hearts of Oak, they needed one goal past Midiama over the weekend. In other results, Legon Cities beat Ashanti Gold 2-0. There were wins for BBNE Gold Stars, Teshiman 11 Wonders. Karela, they beat Elmina Sharks as well, while Wafa and Ediana Stars drew goalless. Wafa's relegation woes are getting more and more complicated by the week. Now, later today, RTU, they take on Bekum Chelsea. They themselves are neck deep in the relegation battle. It will not excite their fans who have already told us what they can do when they are unhappy. And then Bechem United, they could go second on the table should they beat Great Olympics later today. Currently, Adriana Stars are second on the league table, but they could be dislodged if Bechem United beats Accra Great Olympics. Let's have a look at the league table. After match week 23, there you have it. The bottom three, Wafa, RTU, Elmina Sharks in the red. They are facing the drop, while Asante Kotoko on top, 49 points. Adriana Stars are 10 behind. Bechem United are 1 point behind Adriana, and should they win, they could overtake, or they will overtake Adriana if they win. The rest of the chasing pack is their Hearts of Oak defending champions. They are 13 points off the top, and they are hoping to see if they can finish in a respectable place at the end of the season. So that's how it looks like on the Ghana Premier League front. Like I said, 2 live games will be played today. RTU at home against Bekum Chelsea, and then you've got Bechem United. They face Accra Great Olympics. Now, this game is a very interesting game. About 3-4 years ago, this was the game that sent Great Olympics down. Television coverage could not happen because it turned out the home fans had gone to destroy all the cables and wires of the cameras and the TV. Wow. It was a very horrible Sunday. This was about 3-4 years ago. Wow. And the most interesting part of all of this, Kweku and Frema, is that when Great Olympics arrived at the stadium, they walked into the stadium backwards. I remember that Sunday. It was a very funny episode. They walked into the stadium backwards because apparently they had been told that they had to do so if they wanted a favorable result.
The Juju man?
Well, they didn't tell us who, but they said they
no, but for you to walk backwards like you're entering a shrine.
So this very interesting game. 4 or so years ago, this was the game. It was in the last week of the league. It was very hectic, but 4 years on, it's not really deciding much, except maybe Bechem United's climb to second place on the Ghana Premier League table. Let's get on to some English Premier League news. And it was a very, very interesting weekend. Very interesting weekend. The top 2 all won. Liverpool beat Watford by 2-0. Diogo Jota and Fabinho, they scored the 2 goals to give Liverpool 3 points in a game that wasn't that straightforward, but they managed to win by 2-0. And then they put pressure on Man City for a few hours, and Man City themselves responded. They beat Burnley by 2-0. After 5 minutes, City were 1 goal up. They didn't want any stories, so they scored after 5 minutes. And then after 25 minutes, it was 2-0, and that was how the story ended at Turf Moor. So Man City still on top, Liverpool second, and the showdown is this Sunday at the Etihad.
A bad road.
Yeah.
Now we are mindful. Now we are mindful of how we react to some of these things because you don't want to sound like Nigeria.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You have to be very careful before it turns on.
You get
its
a shock of your
life. You can say we'll beat them woto, and the woto won't happen. In other results, Chelsea, they didn't enjoy their weekend. They got absolutely smashed at home. They were beaten 4-1 by Brentford.
Ouch.
Chelsea took the lead, but Brentford found a way back, and they scored 4 times to win that game by 4-1. Man United's very strange season continued. It was how not to qualify for top 4. Season 1, episode 23. Man United.
No, I love this series, you know.
They drew 1-1 with Leicester City in a very strange encounter. Leicester thought they had scored a winner late on, but it was correctly ruled out for a foul in the build-up. And guess who committed the foul? Kelechi Iheanacho. A few weeks after committing a similar foul in Kumasi, that didn't give Nigeria a penalty. He was committing a foul at Old Trafford. So
Why is it being the Jonah?
Yeah. Maybe he shouldn't be playing.
You know.
It was 1-1 between Man United and Leicester City. But it was a big weekend for Tottenham Hotspur. They absolutely destroyed Newcastle. They conceded and said, hold my beer. Let me get serious. And they won by 5-1. They beat Spurs. They beat Newcastle, sorry. So Spurs are in the top 4. Now, Arsenal play Crystal Palace tonight. Arsenal have 2 games in hand. So it looks like if they win those 2, they get to be in the top 4. In England. So very, very interesting run of games coming up for the rest of the season.
But Newcastle, they are Arab money, you know how?
The Arab money, they'll send it back down to the championship.
Okay. Because tell it.
You can have Arab money. You can have Arab money. It will not save you. If you don't have quality players, it won't save you.
Absolutely.
It will not save you at all.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's go across Europe. And let's start off in Germany. Bayern Munich, they won over the weekend. They beat Freiburg by 4-1. But I guess it was one of the funniest moments in Bayern Munich's history. Now, at a point in this game, Bayern Munich had 12 players on the pitch. Why? Mm-hmm. They wanted to make 2 changes. One player saw his number and left. The other player did not see his number. So he stayed on and was still playing. Wow. Until somebody noticed that, wait a minute, the numbers on the pitch look funny. And then they counted all the players and they noticed that Bayern had an extra player on the pitch. So that player eventually had to leave. So by that time, Bayern Munich were 3-1 up. It wouldn't have changed anything. But some reports in Germany say that Bayern could be punished. The points could be taken away from them. So we'll observe and see what exactly will happen there. Yeah. In Spain, Barcelona climbed up to second. They beat Sevilla by 1-0. And it looks like the project under Xavi is working well. They've been winning under their new coach. Real Madrid stayed on top of the table. They beat Celta de Vigo by 2 Karim Benzema penalties. So Real Madrid also trying to forget their woes of the El Clasico and win the league if they can. And then in Paris, PSG, they beat Lille by 5 goals. And it was a hat-trick of assists from Kylian Mbappe. And guess what? All the big boys scored. Mbappe scored, Messi scored, Neymar scored. And so everything is right with the world once again.
It's a happy weekend.
Nice.
Happy weekend for all these football fans. Happy weekend. But the Champions League returns though. So tomorrow morning I'll be telling you the fixtures. There are games on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the quarter-final stage. The first legs are on and it's hot and intense. So that's how the sporting week will look like. A lot of European football. There will be some Ghana Premier League as well. And for those who do not know, the World Cup draw was done on Friday. If you've been sleeping since Thursday and you just woke up, Ghana is playing Portugal, Uruguay, and Korea. The boys are happy. They are saying that we'll give it back to Suarez. Uruguay go collect. They go score them.
We are playing Portugal first.
Portugal first.
Now, how does that look like?
Wow. You know, Ghana's last game at the World Cup was against Portugal, actually, in 2014. So we'll see how much of revenge the boys have in their hearts. The only 2 players who were there, the last time, 2014, 8 years ago, Andrea Ayew and Jordan Ayew.
These boys.
They are the only 2 guys who were
the necessary evil.
But they are in the team. Not, they have their own haters and lovers, but they are in the team. We'll see. I'm sure they'll make the squad. And then we play Uruguay in the second game, and then Korea in the final.
But you know something, maybe you can explain this to us. You know, when the Black Stars went to the Jubilee House, to say hello when they were invited by the president, why was Jordan receiving that loud cheer? What was it?
I don't know. Hey, look, Jordan
was it genuine? Was it what exactly was it?
It was, but he seems to have a lot of people who love to cheer him. I think he's a very interesting character. But now, those who even went to Nigeria, my colleagues tell me, and a lot of people, I've seen that happen in places like Gabon and Guinea. The Ayew brothers are loved. Look, Jordan in Nigeria, lots of my friends was saying every time he touched the ball, the Nigerian fans were happy, they were excited. I mean, very interesting character.
I love the Ayew boys. I mean, they are cool. They have their haters, but hey, that makes them the Ayew brothers.
If you don't have Black Stars without the Ayew brothers, it's like You have done your stew, but something did it.
Other spices like
And
the Wallacott effect, you know. I heard you guys, was it on Friday, you know, discussing on Sports Panorama that Wallacott doesn't want to say hello to anybody, you know, after the instruction that you guys gave him. But that is it. Anyway, Nathan, thank you very much. See you tomorrow with some good news as well.